Here we go. Whoa! That is beautiful. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm in Hunter, North Dakota, standing in front of where the McComb Hotel once was. It was a pioneer era business built sometime in the 1880s. It burned around the turn of the century, and as far as I know, no other businesses stood here, which gives a perfect opportunity for undisturbed artifacts. I've got permission to excavate the grounds, so we'll take a walk around and see what's going on. Here's the lot. That yellow marker in the center there marks the south side of the hotel's property. And that other marker just beyond that piece of equipment shows where the back of the hotel was. It's fairly well maintained in front here, but out back there's all kinds of stickers and brush. This is going to be a project. I'm toward the back of the lot. Just over here, you'll see I put some sticks in the ground. I pushed a probe rod through, hit what I believe is coal ash, some glass, and a loss of compaction. This is a big area. I've got a good feeling about this. We're definitely on the right track. Hotel. That's a soap dish. These are common in hotel pits. They usually had bathhouses running connection with them. Also got some decent age here. These bottles, this is a prescription. It dates to about 1905. Looks like some kind of patent medicine, maybe a McLean's. But just down here, we may have our first whole pieces. Looks like a beer bottle and some other piece, I don't know, could be machine made. Some dirt fell in on it, but let's see. The ground's getting soft down here too. There we go. Schmidt, St. Paul, Minnesota. That's an early machine-made beer. Dates from 1910 to 1920. I say that because it's machine-made, and the automatic bottle machine wasn't capable of making thin-necked bottles like beers, sauces, and sodas until 1910. And well, these brewing companies went under when national prohibition took place, about 1920. So that's a solid date range. Oh yeah, all these specs. This is, I believe, the hotel's old outhouse pit, which may sound disturbing, but that's where a lot of the garbage was thrown. That garbage is now collectible. What do we have here? H.J. Heinz. Okay, H.J. Heinz Company. This is a sauce bottle. Likely held like Worcestershire sauce, something along those lines. Machine made. I'd put this thing at about 1915. I noticed a piece of metal sticking out. I pulled up at it and right away realized it's a ski. Now this would have been a ski for a carriage. Way back when, in the winter, they would swap the wheels out for skis. This is one of them. Still has some wood left on it. Maybe it broke and they discarded it. But we've got a few more pieces here. Getting into a solid use layer. You can see all these specks. These are undigested seeds. Definite confirmation we're in an old outhouse pit. Looks like this pit hadn't been cleaned out, which is promising. Let's see, we've got a machine-made select style beer. Again in that 1910 to 1920 range. And an ink bottle. Threaded top. I'd say it fits the same range as everything else here, 1910 to 1920. A lot of broken dinnerware. What do we have here? KT&K, semi-vitreous porcelain. So another Knowles Taylor and Knowles piece. I believe they were based out of the United States. On a drinking glass. Actually, could be a jelly jar. I know they would pack preserves into these kind of tumblers, and I imagine folks would repurpose them as drinking glasses. That's kind of cool. It's got some flowers on it. Definitely a post-1900 piece. We've got a back stamp. Vienna, Austria. Yeah, a lot of the earthenware from this time was imported. Oh wow, Raleigh's liniment. That's not too bad. A beautiful color, a very classic patent medicine. I dig these all around the Midwest. Yeah, Raleigh's liniment. I imagine they were competing with Watkins liniment. Was a very popular product during that time. And a lamp burner. So these hotels had plenty of oil lamps. That was what usually caused their demise. Could have actually been the case here as well. This is very unusual. I noticed something round and saw some lettering. Cleaned it up a bit. It says holiday souvenir, J.J. Elliott jewelry, cut glass, china, confectionery, Hunter, North Dakota. Now this piece was made to look like a mirror, and I believe it's made out of celluloid. That is really cool. Down here we've got a good few pieces sticking out. This actually fell out. This is a mason jar lid. I think they call these porcelain lined, but this is like a milk glass of some sort. Sometimes they have writing, oh yeah, genuine porcelain. Genuine porcelain lined cap. Boyd's. Yeah, they were the largest manufacturer of these during their time. Some kind of a preserve bottle. Looks like no embossing on it, maybe partial contents. There we go. So these are the remains of dry cell batteries. These were used to, I think, power lights, telegraphs, all that around the turn of the century. Sometimes these labels survived a bit. There is not a lot left on those. I think these were actually charged using windmills. Finally dug into a little pocket of glass here. You can see this white color, that's lime. It was thrown over these pits as a disinfectant and to neutralize the smell. There's a little prescription bottle. Looks like NB&G. Be careful not to let this dump out because this stuff usually smells terrible. This had fallen out. Looks like a sputum vial. Could have been for diagnosing tuberculosis. They would sometimes spit into these things and send it off to a state lab for testing. Look at all this. Seems like the glass kind of settled in the edges here, which makes sense. We've got a tool top blue ribbon style prescription bottle. See, it has blue ribbon on the bottom there. That was a line sold by a glass company. It's got the increments and a reinforced lip. This thing dates somewhere between 1908 and 1916. Oh, there we go. Oh, what's going on here? G.W. Ingeborg, druggist, 221 North Main Street, McPherson, Kansas. That's a long way from home. That's something else. It's again, dates from 1908 to 1916. Wild. Huh. This is a broken part to a lamp, like a globe. I think they call them, collectors call them Gone with the Wind lamps. Those kind of things. I think they were popular around the turn of the century. These roots have been a nightmare. There's an elm tree nearby and the roots just trail on and on. Careful not to break anything here. It's kind of intertwined in the roots. Got another broken soap dish there. And a blank prescription bottle. This has the incremented sides. Again, that 1908 to 1916 date range. Ooh, I see some embossing here. I see North Dakota. There's all kinds of stuff in the way. Let's see. Oh, that's really nice. Look at that. Yeah, maybe a dinner plate or a dessert plate. Hand painted, I believe. More of these roots. Wow. It's almost like a carnival glass piece. Look at that, like a rainbow iridescence on it of some sort is made like that, I believe. Maybe I'll have a couple whole plates. All right, what do we have here? E.C. Patterson and Company, druggist, Bismarck, North Dakota. Not sure if I've seen one of these before. This is I'd say a circa 1905 piece. A little maybe toiletry piece, could be Vaseline. likely some kind of skin cream. This is actually, it has a ground lip. This got better age than it appears to have. Could date to 1905. Alright, and I believe a common style tumbler, likely used in connection with a restaurant in the hotel. While I was clearing some dirt out, I saw this fall out. Looks like a German biscuit porcelain doll head. What's interesting is this one has painted eyes on it. Sometimes they had eyes that weren't attached to the porcelain, and you find them without. Definitely a turn of the century piece. And just working my way across, there's all kinds of stuff here, as you can see. I can barely get my trowel through. What do we have here? Sample bottle, Dr. Kilmer's Swamp Root, Kidney Cure, Binghamton, New York. That's a tooled top piece. Dr. Kilmer sold patent medicines all across the country around the turn of the century. Oh, look at that. And another one. So this is our first liquor flask, and it's a shoe fly style. So that's earlier. I'd put this closer to 1900, no later than about 1905. And this one's just sticking out. Johnson & Johnson, New Brunswick, New Jersey, USA. That's a ground lip. You can see doesn't have any sheen to it. It was ground down so that the cap would fit on it. These, I believe, contained aseptic gauze for dressing wounds, medical purposes. Might not even need the trowel here. It's such loose ground. A solid use layer. You can see the color. Some chop house bones. Maybe they were serving meals at the hotel. Look at that. Very small figurine. Looks like the arms are missing. Must have had movable arms. Some kind of porcelain, I believe. And another prescription bottle. Rex Oval Style. These were sold by the Aubert Nestor Glass Company of, I believe, St. Louis, Illinois, circa 1905. Wow, this is an old one here. Mrs. Stewart's Bluing, Minneapolis. Now, note the squatty shape of this, and it's got what appears to be a slug plate or a circle there embossed around, well, the writing. This could date back to the 1890s. I think I've only dug one or two others of this style. This would have been right after the company moved from Faribault, Minnesota to Minneapolis. And a little ointment pot. Could have held a cosmetic product. Yeah, threaded top. Looks to be a decent age. It's got some bubbles in the glass. Oh, that's nice. Bromo Seltzer, Emerson Drug Company, Baltimore, Maryland. So that's, okay, that's a tooled top. Another popular product during its day. This one dates to about 1905. Keeps dropping in. This is something else. What do we have here? It's like a broken liquor bottle. Oh, that's interesting. We haven't found many of those. It's a tooled top. And another Rex Oval style prescription bottle, circa 1905. Huh. And a little dropper of some sort. That's interesting. So we've got an aseptic gauze container and a dropper. Could have been a traveling doctor setup shop here. And plain schnapps style bitters bottle. So maybe there were some drinks being served here. Looks like a tooled top, like they had a paper label around it. I found what I believe to be an old juicer. Part of it's missing. I think it may be cast iron. Definitely some kind of metal. Down here there's a few pieces. Right on the side there's a remnants of a wood lining right here. What do we have? Huh. Could have been a shoe polish bottle made by the Illinois Glass Company. You'll see the IGCO mark and a diamond. It would have had a paper label on the front. Another drinking glass, and I started to think they definitely had a restaurant being run in connection. And some kind of three-piece mold. You know, is this... Okay, it's a tooled top. It's got like a machine mark on the bottom. I don't know if maybe the bottom part was machine made. Oh, there we go. Old toothbrush. I think this could be Bakelite or celluloid. Sometimes these have company names on them. This one's blank. Find a lot of these though. Turn of the century piece. This is very ornate. It's very thin glass as well. Let's see. That is beautiful. Looks like it's hand painted. This could have been like a perfume atomizer of some sort. Really nice color. Well, there's a couple things going on here. I think there's a liquor jug, looks salt glazed, and there's a piece up here that's been trying to fall out. Let's see. Oh, California Fig Syrup Company. Oh, Wheeling, West Virginia. I'm not sure if I've ever seen one of these from Wheeling. It's just embossed on that panel and then the front. It's machine made probably circa 1915. piece might be intact. Huh. Little maybe Vaseline container. Tooled top piece. Solid use layer here, as you can see. All those specks, all those undigested seeds. Huh. Little Sanford's ink. Sanford's and Carter's were the ink giants of their time. These bottles are found all over the country. Here we go. Whoa! That is beautiful. That's a very interesting piece. It's got a salt glazed bottom, and then it looks like an Albany slip glazed top. That's a little older. This is likely pre-1900, maybe circa 1900. Plenty of broken windows and rusted cans. Another one. There's a drinking glass, maybe a jelly jar. Getting into kind of a different layer down here where there's more bar related pieces. I know these liquor jugs were likely supplying hotel guests. And a blank prescription bottle, Rex Oval style. Oh, there we go, a lamp chimney. Likely machine blown. May have gotten chipped up on the bottom, so they chucked it down the pit. Getting kind of undermined in here, but this jug could be good. Looks to be in good shape. A lot of broken windows. Look at that, you know, Those ones aren't damaged. Looks like they could have had like the three panes in a row. What do they call them? 4/4, 8/8, something like that. Alright, now what do we have here? That is beautiful. No markings on this one either. We got a couple liquor jugs. To me, this indicates there was a saloon being run in the hotel. I got down into the bottom layer and this key fell out. Looks like this could have been a key for one of the rooms at the hotel. It's really interesting to me. There's some more pieces down here, and like I said, we're in the bottom layer of this pit, so we should be able to determine when this thing was dug out. There's a few things down here, let's see. There we go, Healy and Bigelow's Kickapoo Indian Oil. I find these all over the place. They actually had a traveling medicine show selling their products back in the day. This dates to about 1905. And a little pill bottle. There's actually remnants of a paper label on that, but that is too far gone. I don't know what we have here. Okay, it might be a chain. Chain up a dog. It's got like a swivel piece on it right there. Huh. Very rusty. This plate I've been looking at, I dug some fragments of it earlier, and well, that is really something. Some kind of a platter, actually. It's cracked, I can feel it. Got to be really careful here. That is really cool. It's got some kind of an old-timey scene on it. There's a wagon on the road. Some people looking over at it. I'm not sure if there's any stamping on it. None that I can find. That is really cool. Some kind of colored bottle here. Maybe a light blue or maybe a green. Let's see. Oh, nice. It's a claret style wine bottle, I believe. It's got an applied top. If you look at the top there, it looks like the glass is dripping down. That indicates that it was applied separately. Really nice color. And a round style prescription. Got a prescription lip on it too, beveled. Could be a little earlier, closer to 1900. Huh. It has a cork. That's kind of cool. It's a 3-piece mold. Might have held some kind of a powder. Again, that's close to 1900. Working my way across this bottom layer, you can see the clay, natural clay down there. Oh, this blue color. What do we have? Another bromo seltzer, Emerson Drug Company, Baltimore, Maryland. That's an older one. Tooled top. It's got some nice ground haze on it. Seems like this layer here has a decent pocket of bottles. Might have another one right there as well. Finding a lot of like chop house bones too. Those kind of sound and feel like glass at first when I hit them. Oh, there's another one. Liquor flask. That's a shoe fly style. That's not bad. We're probably into the 1890s. I'll still put it at circa 1900. And a prescription bottle. No embossing, fortunately. Yeah, definitely circa 1900. Dr. Thompson's Eye Water. New London, Connecticut. I've dug these before. So there's a Dr. Thompson's Eye Water. I don't find them a lot, but I'll find them in turn of the century pits every once in a while. Oh, what do we have here? Dr. Bushy's German Syrup. LM Green, proprietor. So I usually find these in earlier pits. We're no doubt into the 1890s somewhere. I've actually pulled these up out of Territory era pits as well. Huh. What's going on with this? Codal dyspepsia cure. E.C. DeWitt and Company, Chicago, USA. I may have dug one of these before. It's got some really nice embossing on it. Looks like it could have been a sample size. It was a patent medicine. United States Medicine Company, New York. That's really cool. We're getting a lot of patent medicines in this pit. I know tuberculosis was a major disease of its time. It's possible these were used to treat that. Oh wow, the doll head, that's an older one. Definitely a late 19th century piece. I've actually found these in 1880s pits. Could have been the doll was held on to for a while. Hamlin's Wizard Oil. We're getting it all here. I found a lot of these in Yankton, South Dakota. I usually find them in late 19th century pits. I think we're into the 1890s here. Fun fact, Hamlin was actually a traveling magician that got into the medicine business. This one could have been a medicine. I don't know, it could have also been like a glue bottle, like a rubber cement of some sort. This should have been embossed. That would have been something. Wow. That's a Blake style prescription bottle. Definitely late 1800s, 1880s or 90s. Oh, these bottles are everywhere down here. Another round style prescription bottle, late 1800s. And another prescription. No embossing, would have had a paper label on the front. Looks like another layer of bottles here. Very soft ground. Looks like a pickle bottle. Oh yeah, the M.A. Gedney pickling company. I believe that was from Chicago. Partial paper label, but not much left of it. Well, that's unusual. So, I believe this could be English. Yeah, it's a interesting shoe fly flask. It's aqua. Must have been damaged when they chucked it down the pit. And could be a petroleum jelly bottle. It's a tooled top. We're definitely getting a saloon type of setting here. Another liquor flask. Could have been dropped by a traveler as well. Shoe fly style. And another circa 1900 prescription. Looks like it has some groundwater in it. We're nearly at the edge of the pit. And another prescription bottle. Too bad these aren't embossed. Another circa 1900 piece. What do we have here? Looks like some kind of a glass dish. They've had a lid at some point. Must have broken. The base broke off of it. I believe that's pressed glass. I think we're nearly at the edge. A couple bottles fell out. This one may have actually contained opium. Looks like some kind of opium vial. Remnants of a paper label. So frustrating when I see a partial label and can't make out what it is. And some kind of, I think it's a prescription bottle. RD company. I don't think I found one of these before. Almost has like a toiletry type base on it. Oh, these roots. Okay, here's something in there. Huh. You know, another one of these RD company. I wonder if this was from a local druggist, because these are not common bottles. These roots have been an absolute nightmare working with. Oh, there we go. It's like a applied top turn mold malt extract bottle. That's a very old one there. That's definitely it's got to be 1890s. They're just stacked in here. Another Hamlin's Wizard Oil. Kind of a lighter green color. It's kind of cool. And another lamp chimney. Must have broken and they discarded it, or someone is using the outhouse and tipped it in. Look at all this stuff. White wine and tar syrup. Yeah, we're definitely in the 1890s, and we could be getting back into the 80s here. I think this was, oh yeah, Warner's. I believe this was at Dr. C.D. Warner, Coldwater, Michigan. Another popular product during its time. Look at all these. If these had been embossed, that would have been something else. And in a circle on the bottom. That's a clue. Almost like and in like a squared off or rounded off square. But yeah, I'm fairly convinced these are from a local druggist. If these had been embossed, that would have been something else. Blake style prescription. That could get back into the 1880s there. And another blank prescription. Oh wow. Dean Foster. I'm surprised this thing isn't embossed from a local company here. It's got the Dean Foster Sunburst on the bottom. That would have been a nice sized one. Huh. Yeah, this pit seems to keep going in here. Another blank. Yeah, another RD company prescription bottle. Whoa, that is very unusual. I've never seen a flask like this before. It's like a shoe fly style, like a Madison style flask, like bulb on the neck, and then a ground lip. Look at that. That is incredibly unusual. It's got to be from the 1890s. So we're on the south side of the pit here. It seems this is the side that had the most activity, or at least the most pieces dropped down it. And a blank Philadelphia oval style prescription bottle. Working the south wall, you can see the remnants of the boards. That's the bracing from the old pit. Got this shoe fly flask, blank, little groundwater in it. Some kind of an ale bottle, it looks like here, maybe an English piece. And could be a couple sodas. Now, everything's kind of wedged in here, but I see some embossing on it. See, there's one underneath it here. Looks like maybe that was just a drinking glass of some sort. The ground softens up here. There's a slug plate. Whoa. S.E. Moe Bottling Company, Sykeston, Missouri. What is that doing up here? There's actually a Sykeston, North Dakota. If that had been from Sykeston, North Dakota, that would have been an unknown piece. That is wild. It amazes me how far these pieces traveled back in the day. That little, that could be a little ale bottle. Looks like a turn mold piece, I believe. Yeah, it's a turn mold crown top. Huh. Broken lamp globe. And a 4-ounce, blank 4-ounce prescription bottle. Rocks up there sounding like glass. That might actually be glass. Huh. Another maybe sputum vial for tuberculosis testing. I still haven't found the edge, but I think we're getting close. There's definitely some more pieces in here. Looks like a little ink bottle of some sort. And a prescription bottle that has some kind of oil. Huh. Some faint embossing on it. But it looks like there's some liquid kind of exposed down there. Some particles suspended in it. There we go. Hotel. I love the confirmation pieces. And another blank prescription bottle. No glass company marks. It's broken, likely why it was discarded. That's very heavy ironstone though, no doubt for commercial use. Coffee cup for the hotel's restaurant. A child's shoe, leather shoe. Another blank prescription. Maybe we'll get an embossed one of these days. think that's the edge. Oh, still giving up some pieces. You got a common style tumbler, drinking glass. There it goes. That's a lot of dust. Let's see here. Two bottles sticking out. Huh, another shoe fly style liquor flask. Huh, a little like a apothecary type bottle. Broken lamp chimney. This pit's done. Here's the haul. I concluded this was an outhouse pit used by the hotel in the late 1800s and early 1900s. We got an amazing variety of pieces that spanned across the US. Got some beer bottles, malt extract, a wine, bitters, Worcestershire sauce, pharmaceuticals, that English ale, liquor flasks, bar glasses, jelly jars, drinking glasses, ironstone china, prescription bottles including the one from Bismarck, that other one from Kansas, pickle bottle, that Mrs. Stewart's Bluing, the Hutchinson soda bottle from Missouri, patent medicines, inks, that California fig syrup, and those liquor jugs. Well, there you have it. We'll get this thing filled back in.